Everything's bigger in Texas, and these foods prove it. We're not saying these are the biggest versions in the world, but if you head to the Lone Star State and try all of these, you might be bigger in Texas too.
Look at this thing!
There's nothing that embodies the spirit of Texas quite like a big slab of meat, and the enjoyment of a good steak is something most Texans share. Yet sometimes there's more to eating large than just supersized eats. And Big Texan Steak Ranch in Amarillo has a long history behind its iconic 72-ounce steak challenge. The ranch-style restaurant has been feeding cowboys for decades and is one of the oldest food challenges of the country still enjoyed to this day. Based on the meal originally ordered in the 60s, the modern-day challenge requires contestants to eat a full 72-ounce steak, a baked potato, 3 fried shrimp, a bread roll, and a salad. Diners must complete the meal in under an hour without outside help. If it sounds like a lot, it is. This food challenge is widely known as a big one and was one of the most colossal on Man vs. Food.
But I'm going to finish it and leave my competitors in the dust.
Those who finish the challenge don't have to pay the $72 bill and get to see their victory recorded in Big Texan Steak Ranch history. Foodies with a sweet tooth know that one of the only things better than a fluffy donut is a fluffy donut the size of a steering wheel. That's what you get with Austin's Round Rock Donuts Texas-sized donut. They can come glazed, frosted, or sprinkled, and you can also customize them with lettering or special toppings. It's no surprise that Round Rock Donuts' largest donut also made an appearance on Man vs. Food.
It's about 2 pounds.
Eating one of these jumbo donuts is similar to eating a dozen regular ones, so it's probably best to dig in with friends. But the truly great thing about this donut isn't just its size, but the fact that it is made fresh, which may be the closest thing to heaven on earth. That's probably why lines form around the block every morning to catch the still warm, fresh-baked goodness.
A place where the parking lot fills up and the line forms long before sunrise. Round Rock Donuts.
A pile of pancakes is typically called a short stack, but whoever came up with that term never saw the stack of pancakes that the Old South Pancake House offers. Eating a few pancakes doesn't sound too tough, right? Well, considering that each of the mega pancakes in the challenge is bigger than your head, you can start to imagine what this food challenge could do to your body. Each individual pancake weighs at least a pound, meaning diners have to consume 8 to 10 pounds to win. Hundreds of people have attempted the mega pancake challenge, but since 2023, only 4 have walked away victorious. The rules are simple. Diners must eat their not-so-short stack of pancakes in one sitting and in under an hour. They can use butter and syrup as they wish and have any drink Old South offers. If they're successful, their pancakes are on the house and their photo goes up on the wall. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and it's almost a given that Texas would want a supersized breakfast. Well, Jackie's Ham and Eggs sure does deliver. Not only does the Louisville breakfast joint have giant pancakes and omelets that can hardly fit on a plate, but its biscuits are the size of bricks. Luckily, they taste nothing like bricks. Jackie's Ham and Eggs biscuits are so large that just one is more than sufficient when it comes to pairing them with its house sausage gravy. At under $5 a pop, the homemade hot biscuits are also a delicious steal.
1 pound of biscuit and gravy.
1 pound of biscuit and gravy.
Ever have a hankering for enough food to feed a 15-player basketball team? Big Lou's Pizza in San Antonio, Texas has mastered the art of feeding a boatload of people with its supersized pizza pies. Its biggest pie comes in at a whopping 42 inches, with pizza slices as big as your forearm. Though each of its 16 slices is hefty no matter how you cut it, servers can double or even triple cut the pies for easy distribution. With big pies comes the need for big tables, and Big Lou's has made space for your whole family to crowd around its massive pizzas. From a simple cheese pie to a fully loaded super topping feast, this oversized meal can set you back $78 to $108 and is made from scratch in-house. If the 42-incher wasn't already an impressive feat for a pizza oven, Big Lou's 62-inch pizza occasionally comes out of retirement as well.
That's more than 5 feet of pizza.
Though Texas is known for its love of beef, the tender cuts at Nick and Sam's Steakhouse are actually not what leaves diners walking out with rave reviews. It's the Dallas restaurant's delectably moist cakes, which sit pretty at 7 layers high. The rainbow version of the cake sees a different color on each layer and is topped with gummy bears. The cake also comes in chocolate, red velvet, and a variety of other sweet flavors. The popular upscale restaurant also serves up something else that's bigger than most restaurants: lore.
I used to be scared to come to this place. And the reason being is because Nick and Sam's is haunted.
The restaurant is housed in a building that used to be a funeral home, and staff and diners alike have reported spooky occurrences and apparitions. So if you like your mile-high cake with a side of whipped scream, you know where to go. Getting jumbo food right can be tricky, especially in the precise realm of baking. Making a baked good larger can come with complications once you hit the oven, but Richter Bakhaus's loaf-sized cinnamon roll doesn't sacrifice quality to achieve its immense size. The San Antonio bakery maintains an evenly soft and gooey texture throughout its cinnamon rolls, even though these treats are large enough to satisfy up to 6 people's sweet tooths. The vanilla icing that coats the cinnamon roll helps to achieve this gooiness and sets Richter Bakhaus apart from cinnamon rolls covered with the more typical cream cheese icing.
You put that icing on anything, I'm gonna eat it. Put it on that steak. I bet you it's gonna be delicious.
Pastry lovers can pick up one of these made-from-scratch marvels for $8. That's a steal considering how large they are and that they're freshly rolled and baked. Big eats have become something of a novelty in Texas, and the Dallas bar Happiest Hour has taken full advantage by rolling out a menu of oversized bar food. It's got jumbo pretzels in the shape of its logo, 5-pound cheeseburgers, and a Ferris wheel of wings. But the restaurant's tower of nachos takes the cake. They're served in what looks like a small metal trash can that is unceremoniously dumped onto a plate before your eyes. The nachos are a medley of ground beef, guacamole, sour cream, black beans, pico de gallo, pickled jalapeno, and a mix of queso and cotija cheese that helps the tower keep its form after being dumped from its metal mold. The design helps distribute the toppings throughout the dish, meaning no dry chips from the top to bottom of the tower. Sadly, you don't get to take home the metal can, but the full belly and memories made are all yours for the keeping. At first glance, Kenny and Ziggy's appears to be similar to any other Jewish deli, even if its menu items can be a little tongue-in-cheek. However, it does have one thing on the menu that you won't find anywhere else. The Zellagabetsky is a giant of a sandwich, one that most have only seen the likes of in an episode of Scooby-Doo. This 8-decker sandwich is layered with 6 different types of meat, along with Swiss cheese, coleslaw, sweet peppers, and a tasty Russian dressing. At 4 pounds, this pile of meat is one of the largest deli sandwiches in Texas. The Houston delicatessen invites diners to eat the entire sandwich by themselves in one sitting. While it won't waive the $115 price of the sandwich, you will score a free slice of cheesecake if you win. Too bad you won't have room for it.
Just what you want after eating all of this, right?
Well, yeah, call it a sixth sense of humor.
Texas is chock full of burger challenges, but Chris Madrid's puts its special touches on the popular trend. 4 beef patties make up the bulk of the Wemby burger, named in honor of the San Antonio Spurs' Victor Wembanyama, who stands over 7 feet tall. While his namesake burger may look small by comparison, the stacked patties are nothing to underestimate. The patties are slathered with a generous helping of melty cheddar cheese, a trait other Chris Madrid's dishes are known for. Topping the burger is a mini figure of Wembanyama, which diners can keep as a token of the huge meal they've just had. Those who tackle the challenge of consuming the entire burger also win a shirt and some major San Antonio street cred. Chicken fried steak is an iconic Southern comfort food, and the Wagon Wheel in Eagle Pass has taken the classic dish and supersized it in typical Texan fashion. Not only is the chicken fried steak a massive slab of meat so large it's served on a small pizza pan, but it's pretty tasty as well. Family owned and operated, the Wagon Wheel takes great care in its choice of meat and the creation of its dishes. The beef is locally sourced every single day, hand battered, and cooked to order. It is then smothered in gravy that's packed with flavor.
Every morning we have a local market that cuts anywhere from 60 to 100 steaks for us depending on the day of the week, and so we get them fresh cut every single day.
At over a pound of fresh cut meat, the homegrown restaurant's signature dish is one of the biggest chicken fried steaks currently up for ordering in the Lone Star State. we can't talk about Texas cuisine without mentioning barbecue.
When it comes to food, Texas is most famous for one thing: talking about barbecue.
You can't get far in Texas without coming across one of the state's many barbecue joints. Deep Ellum's Pecan Lodge has a relatively small menu, but at its center, you'll find its crown barbecue jewel, the Trough. This menu item contains over 3.5 pounds of pulled pork, brisket, sausages, and pork and beef ribs. As a palate cleanser, enjoy the bed of onions and pickles served alongside the meats. The Trough is a medley of all the smoked meats that Pecan Lodge offers, so it's the ideal choice for anyone wanting to get a taste of everything it specializes in. You get much more than just a taste with the combo platter though, as it is loaded with enough meat to feed 4 to 6 people. While not technically food, Cafe Olés deserves a mention for its massive margaritas. An oversized margarita is the perfect fusion of large living in Texas and a classic Mexican recipe. These 60-ounce margaritas are served up in downtown San Antonio along the city's famed Riverwalk. Enjoying a huge marg while looking over the water is pure luxury living. You don't have to stick to a traditional margarita in this vision though, as Cafe Olés offers many fun takes on the beverage, both on the menu and with specials.
Got the LeBron blood margarita right here. This is how it's gonna look whenever we beat them. Go get your LeBron margarita right here, guys.
The restaurant also has over 30 types of tequila behind the bar for additional modifications. Cafe Olés serves their margaritas in what is likely the largest margarita glass you've ever seen. For reference, a large pitcher of beer is typically 60 ounces.
This is like a fishbowl full of margarita.
While some could likely down a beer pitcher in an evening, margaritas are a different breed. For safety's sake, the restaurant requires that at least 2 people take on one of these drinks.